So before we start the next chapter of the suspension install, I just want to let everybody know, like, these videos are for a little bit of posterity, and then it's mostly for my kids, and then any friends or family that want to revisit this after I'm gone. But I don't know a lot about what I'm doing. I like to think I'm pretty handy so I can get around things, and I've got enough tools to make sure I have the right ones for the job, and I know when I don't so that I go and get the stuff. But I started this video channel under the premise that I was just going to capture one of the projects that I started years back. It was an older Land Cruiser. You can find that if you want. And I kind of rebuilt the water gallery and the throttle and stuff on that. And it was one of the first kind of deep dives I did into any automotive work. And I was pretty proud of myself. I did get it running and was able to, turn it into a daily driver. And then, I had a couple other cars. And of course, we've got other vehicles here. Of course, we've got the Chevy that's coming on here probably late this summer. It's got quite a bit of stance to drop and some other stuff here. It's going to come down quite a bit. I think 5-6 inches in the back, 5.5 inches in the front. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Excited about that. So otherwise, we're gonna paint these wheels too. Probably this weekend. I don't know. It depends on how clean I can get them. I'm gonna hit up Hayden and see if I can borrow his little drill brush thing and soak them in degreaser. It's just got a ton of brake dust and stuff. But yeah, I just wanted to preface this video with just like a little reintroduction. I'm working on projects as I live, and right now I'm working on me and my daughter's Civic. I'm working on my father and I's old Chevy, and odds and ends of stuff here and there. I've got projects around the house I may start tuning the channel to, but mostly I like working on cars in my free time now that I guess that's what I do when I'm older. I just really get a kick out of fixing stuff, and so there's a lot of broken cars out there, so I guess I'm just doing my thing. Just heard a hawk, and Chia just kind of freaked out. Anyways, stay tuned. We're going to do part 2 of the suspension. I'm going to break it down a little bit better for us than in part 1. It was mostly just me walking around the car and talking about it. You guys hear that hawk? Where you at, buddy? Oh, there he is. Yeah. So another cool thing is I've got the I've got a male and a female. I've been nurturing this this spider up here in the corner. Hold on, let me turn this around for you. So I'm sure you can see her. She's real healthy. She just molted. You can see up there her old skin. She's a little bit bigger than a quarter, but now she's got a boyfriend. Hello. Yeah, so she's got a boyfriend, and he's just joined her. I don't know how she gets him in the zone, but anyways, there it is. Boy and girl. I thought that he showed up and killed her, but yeah, just I know it's strange, but I get off on these things. So yeah, I guess this is gonna be a part car, part Joel's Wildlife of Omaha zoology session. This is Chia. It's my baby girl. She's always on my side, and she's my right-hand dog. All right, before I break into this again, I want to give us a better shot at what happened. So there's a process on these Hondas. This is a 7th gen Honda. The first thing you're going to want to do on your old strut is you're going to want to take out this 12, and that is the bracket for your your brake line. I don't know if you can see, that goes on just like that. Pretty simple, right? Just mounts up here like this. The next one you're going to want to do is you're going to want to break your castle nut loose off your steering tie rod end. That might be a pain in the butt. So what you do is you take the cotter pin out rather, and you back your castle nut out to the end of your steering rod, and you can get away with tapping on it a little bit, but don't hit the threaded stud. Hit the nut itself, and just light taps, and it'll separate for you. So those are the first two. You want to break loose your brake line, and then you want to get your castle nut, and then you've got two 19s here, and these were very difficult. So if you don't have a 19 mil box end wrench, as well as a pretty good impact with the 19 mil socket for the other side, you're in for a fight. I've seen guys have to use heat. I just got away with using my 1/2 inch, a big 6 amp hour battery, and it eventually went. I used quite a bit of WD-40, 2 rounds of it, but yeah, we got them off. And so then you got those. So those are 19s, and then once those are... Okay, I'm out here late night. There's one thing I wanted to mention. When you get those 19s off the lower body of your coilover or your strut body, your spindle and rotor can and will want to swing out and away. And what can happen on a front wheel drive is you can actually lose your CV axle, and you'll have to essentially re-clock it into the drivetrain, for lack of a better word. Just a note, pay attention not to let it fall outward this way. When those two 19s come off, it's going to want to like tilt towards you. So try to get a jack underneath it. That'll help you out. It's pretty big. Okay. And then you've got these 3 15s, and those will just zip right off. These are the new ones, obviously. And then on my unit, I've got like shock camber adjustment. It's kind of interesting. But in any case, yeah, there it is. And I said this in part 1. The hang height on my rotor and spindle is really high, meaning it's way up in the well. And if you can see, I've got extra threads there at the bottom of the coilover. So I'll take these 19s off, I'll swing the spindle away, and I'll back this down. Another indication is I've got that steering tie rod end. Well, the tie rod itself is got quite a bit of an angle. I'd like that to come down probably as many threads as that is. So that's what we got going on. We're gonna kind of get this tuned in, and then we'll work on the fronts, and then we'll go to the backs, and so on and so forth. This video will probably be a little longer, trying to be a little bit more thorough. I've seen guys have to break off the rotors. You don't need to do all that. If you can get in here, you don't need to do that. So anyways, stay tuned. Yeah, I know I'm just kind of bit piecing this one together, but I'm feeling really good about my approach. It's just got to cool down. I don't know, it's about 12 o'clock, and I don't know, it's got to be 105. There's a little bit of a breeze, so maybe it's a little less than that, but it's just super duper hot. Yeah, we got one of these little yellow-bellied marmots up here, getting some grubbery. See if I can zoom a little better. Oh, he's leaving. I don't know if you guys can tell how small this thing is, but he's running through the driveway, and I put my hand down and he jumped right in. I think he's a little alligator lizard, but he really is really little. I keep telling you guys how bad I am at YouTube. I'm gonna say that we've got this mocked up. So we're gonna get back into this and do some fine tuning. But I gotta tell you, as far as the install and getting everything like well balanced and like on, like symmetrical, I absolutely nailed it. And that's even considering engine, rider height, all that stuff. But yeah, we're gonna get back into it tomorrow. I'm gonna do some final touches. We're not even low, just very subtle. I think I took maybe like 3/4 inch out of the front, maybe a full inch out of the back. We're sitting not level, but close. Yeah, we're doing good. That job was kind of difficult, just because there's a hidey hole in the back for the rears. Hey Joel, what do you mean by a hidey hole? What I mean by a hidey hole is on the rears. It's super simple. It's 317s, but one of the issues is it might be easier for me to get to it here now that I've taken a lap around the car. Let me get a lamp. I'm in mess mode right now. There's a hidey hole back in there, that back one. You see that rear 17? So if you can get this off, then you can get to an access hole that gives you, with like an extension, it'll give you a straight shot. I did it the hard way and had like a 1/8 of a throw on a ratchet. You can do it either way. I'm not too mad. We've got a bit of room to go, if I'm being honest. I could probably get this down maybe a 1/2 inch here, just to give you an idea. I mean, it's my second knuckle is where it starts giving me friction. I got pretty thick knuckles. So yeah, we're gonna take a look at this again tomorrow. Just some final adjustments in here. We've got there she is. You can kind of see. We'll get in there and do some of that stuff. But hey, you know what I think, guys? I think she's looking pretty good. You know, especially in this light. Come down here and do the old car club angle. Yeah, she's getting there. Let me get in frame a little better. Yeah. I feel kind of bad having to kill this one, but he's getting a little too close to the house. She's probably about 3 foot Western Diamondback. 2001 Civic Rescue. So we're just finishing and doing the rest of this install, and then we'll get it down there and do the diagnostic. If I got to put a new motor in this thing at this point, I don't mind doing that. There's some issues with it being in California, but I'm not concerned whatsoever.